I thought I'd do a quick update. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this bit out. Hey guys, I thought I'd do a quick update on how things have been going. Yeah, so excuse the fact that I've got wet hair and I'm in my pyjamas, but that does not matter. Yeah, so sorry I haven't done many videos recently. I guess I've been struggling with motivation and just every time I had time I just wanted to sleep. I had no energy and I knew that my potassium was quite low, so yeah, so that is the reason why I haven't done a video, but I am doing one now, which I'm happy about, and I hope to motivate myself back into doing it. Yeah, so a little update on how things have been going. Unfortunately, I'll say the bad news first on it. Instead of leaving suspense, and I've just come back from hospital, so it's really nice to have a shower and just go because yeah, I was just so tired and it was really hard there. So yeah, I'm out, which is good, and I'll kind of give you an update on how this week has gone, and then kind of create context of why I ended up in hospital. So yeah, last weekend I flew home to surprise my little brother. He was 9 on Monday, so I surprised him, and it was just the most precious moment when he just literally embraced me. It was just one of the happiest moments, and it was just so special, and it's a moment that I will always treasure. So that was really special. It was tough in ways because I was back in my old environment, but it was so lovely and it was too short. I felt like I just had started like, yeah, and everyone started getting used to me, and then I had to go. But yeah, I had an appointment just before I left with my consultant psychiatrist, and he seemed quite positive about how things were going, so that was good. Yeah, so on Tuesday then, so yeah, just Tuesday there, the 5th of May, I travelled back and started using First Steps services again on Wednesday. So I didn't use them on Monday and Tuesday because I was away, but and that was good. I actually went to like, it was like this hospital event where people that have just or just new at a job in the mental health services, they go to this conference, and after their like meeting, there are lots of different stalls of different services around the Derbyshire area. So that means that when they're talking to a patient, say a patient with who struggles with anxiety and can't get out, that there might be a charity that they can signpost them to. So First Steps had a stall, and these professionals, mental health professionals, came up and were asking questions, and a lot of them didn't know about the service. And I actually got an opportunity to go, you know, as a service user, I find that First Steps has helped me in so many ways. So I actually really enjoyed that. It was very nerve-wracking. I'd love to be able to do it again and again, so then I grow in confidence, because I want to be able to be confident in doing it and stop doubting myself. But it was a challenge. It was really good. And then straight after that, I had a supported meal, and we decided to just go to the coffee shop in the hospital, as like a challenge. And we got there, and there was like a salad bar thing. It was kind of basic, but it was there. And the girl that was doing the supported meal with me that day, she was like, right, put something on your plate that you wouldn't be comfortable with, that you wouldn't usually put on your plate. And I was like, oh, okay. Right. And then it took me ages, but I got there, and the anxiety of people being behind me, and it was really difficult. But as I was paying, the lady on the till just made a comment, flippantly, I guess, and it was hurtful, and she didn't mean it. Basically, as I was paying, she's like, is that all you have for lunch? And I was like, yeah. And then she was like, oh yeah, because you're so fat. And I was like, ah. Paid, sat down. She did come up after and went, you know I said that because you're not fat and stuff like that. But for someone with an eating disorder, like, that just feeds into your eating disorder thoughts. And what the good out of that, even though it was so difficult and I thought about it the rest of the week and it was so hard, the good thing about it was I was able to talk to the girl about it. She heard it, she was there, and she's like, she shouldn't have made that comment. It wasn't a comment that was needed to be made. But she did do that, and people make comments and that can be very triggering. But how can we challenge that? And asked me how I was feeling and stuff like that, and we even talked about it the next day and stuff, because it was really playing on my mind. And I could easily, and I know we talked about it, and I was like, I could easily just not go out anymore and eat out in our supported meals. And she was like, yeah, but that means the fear builds up and becomes bigger. But if you go again, it might be once every 5 times that someone makes a comment, or the other 4 not just as important. So that's a fair point, and I know that I need to keep pushing myself. So yeah, the rest of the supported meals have been good, and we've been talking about how I can challenge myself in a very real way, a way that I actually can do. The challenges have to be appropriate to where I am and realistic, but I need to challenge myself. So I think we kind of came up with a few options for this week, and then we're going to write a list of foods, because I don't know, my defaults are my safe foods, and I actually don't know what foods are foods I can have and that are not safe, because that are good for me to try. So yeah, so that's been good. And drama therapy again, it was tough, but I find that the therapist is a very lovely girl, and I really like her, and it is a safe place for me to talk about things that could easily just stay hidden. But yeah, so that was good. So yeah, I got my bloods done on Thursday, and I got a phone call on Friday saying that they were 2.3 3. My potassium, it's the thing that I have real issues with, and was at 2.3, and I had to go to A&E, and I was like, I really don't want to go, but I went. I drove to A&E, went in, there was no signal, it was like, oh no, and I was by myself, so it was like really like, I need to phone my mommy. But Rosie phoned my mum and let her know where I was and that I was okay and things like that. When I got in, they were 1.8, so they'd gone down even more, but then they got them back up, and yeah, they kept me in overnight, give me continuous IV fluids, and I'm back out today, which I was very, very thankful for. Yeah, I had to wear a gown this time. I'll probably put some pictures after this to show you how ridiculous I look in a gown. But it was this big, very, very tall man that came, you know, took me in initially and was like, put this on, and I was like, okay. I just did not. I was a wee bit too scared to say, oh no, I'm okay, where I am. But I just went, okay. But yeah, so, and it was like really long. It like went right down. I looked like I was, you know, like a child when they were like their mummy's t-shirt, and it's like down to that's what it looked like. It was just ridiculous. But yeah, it was really tough being there because it triggered some really tough memories as well from like when I was in Ealing and inpatient, which was a really, really tough time for me, but also when my daddy ended up in the Ealing hospital there, and I got finally discharged, and we went home and he was there by himself for a while, and it is a very different environment, like the Derby hospital to the one I'm used to, and it was a culture shock, and it was very, very hard, and it was a real struggle, and it really did bring up some stuff that I tried to keep gulping down because I just didn't want to think about it, so I just really wanted to get out of there as quick as I could. So I was glad to get out today. But yeah, that's me. I'm really, really hoping that doesn't happen again, because I just don't want my potassium to drop and to end up in hospital again, because I just did not like it. I just did not like the environment. I just didn't, yeah. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at now. I do want to really, really focus this week and really try. Now I have a bit more energy, not a lot more, but a tiny bit more, because my potassium's not, like, the way my potassium was, I could, it's terrible to say, but I could have died. Like, it was bad, like, and I know it was bad, and I don't want that happening, so I just really need to try my hardest to look after myself, and when I can't, talk to other people, because I really, really struggle to do that, and it's just, yeah, it's just where I'm at, and sorry I rambled for a long time, but yeah, I'll cheer you up. I'll put some funny photos of me in a gown after this to cheer you up. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I really appreciate all your support and prayers. Thank you. Bye.